Hey Youpsters, it's your girl Bria back with a new video. I wanted to check in with you guys and just kind of let you know what's been going on with me during this pandemic dealing with COVID-19. Just how I've been self-caring and trying to stay positive during this time. And if you're ready, keep watching. So, dealing with this pandemic, COVID-19, like I said, the Rona, you know, for me today is day 24 of quarantining and just which really means just kind of staying inside, trying to socially isolate and just kind of keep at a distance because this particular virus, it does kind of spread very quickly, and it is to some degree kind of airborne, and during this time it's things have definitely moved pretty fast. I remember about 3 weeks ago, it seemed so far away. It seemed so, oh my God, like look at what these people are going through over here and over there. And as the weeks have progressed, it has definitely gotten a lot closer to home. Several of the people that I know, families, loved ones, have been impacted, by this, and the entire world is being impacted at this point. Everything from the medical field to employment to, what's considered essential workers, if you're dealing with anything that is medical or food related or, just certain things that you just can't go without. It's interesting because this time I feel like my emotions have definitely been on a bit of a roller coaster. I'm definitely dealing with it a whole lot better now as opposed to how it was in the beginning. When I was seeing the numbers that were in other countries and just how, the deaths and the fatalities that were happening in other countries, it really kind of made me feel very sorrow. I couldn't imagine, going through that in real time and just, seeing and watching people that you know and love, kind of pass away at such a rapid pace, and you can't even really grieve properly. I think about grieving and being able to go to that person's favorite place or being able to go to their home and see look at their things, or whatever the case is, like whatever you needed to do to just kind of feel better or feel like you can draw them closer to you in that moment, like not even being able to do that effectively, and my heart just kind of went out. Now as the days go by, I kind of pick and choose as far as, when I'm going to check numbers. I know that was a very big deal for me in the beginning. Like, okay, it's only like 15, it's only like 38. And I mean, it got to a point where it was just growing ridiculously. And so I have my days where it's like, today is not a good day. I'm not in the mood to be in the know. And other days I'm, fixated on what's going on and trying to read articles and gain more information. And I can say that there has been a lot of information that's been given out, and it's definitely appreciated. Appreciating, all essential workers, regardless as to what you do or how often you do it or what time of the day you do it. But just appreciating those people, because this is a scary time to be talking about working. I think that for me at this point, one of the best things that has come out of the situation is just being able to just kind of connect more with family. A lot of times throughout the day, people are working and not very flexible. Their time isn't very flexible, and so they can't really talk to you. Y'all can't really catch up as much as you might want to, and by the time people get off work, they're ready to eat and go sleep. And so it's definitely been beneficial in that way of just being able to reach out and check up on folks, my loved ones and friends, and just see how people are doing, because although this is a very big deal, and it is a crisis that we're in, life is still going on. People still have bills, people still need food, your dog still needs to be walked, so just because it's something that it's happening and it's impacting everyone, that including yourself, it doesn't necessarily give you the okay to shut down and tap out. And so my conversations, I try to be positive. You know, being negative is so easy. I hate that, you know, it felt like in the beginning people really weren't taking this very seriously. And I never really was upset with those people, because I feel like, you know, when you're worried or when you're scared of something, you know, you don't really want it to be real. You don't want this thing to ruin your spring break or ruin your summer vacation, or, you know, ruin graduation or prom, or you know, your first day at your new job or your new promotion or your birthday or whatever, your anniversary. Like, you don't no one is inviting something like this to happen at a significant point in time in their life. And so I can understand people kind of choosing to dismiss it in the beginning, but I think that at this point, you know, like I said, for me it's day 24. I know for other people their days may be longer or shorter, just kind of depending on what region they're in. But I do believe that at this point, you know, just about everybody is taking it pretty seriously. Here on the home front, like, I have just enjoyed being able to have an excuse to be lazy. You know, I was really on a very fast pace go schedule, and this has definitely given me an opportunity to breathe. My husband is still working, but I have enjoyed, I mean, I polished my nails for like the first time in years. Like, I didn't even know I had polish in the house, but I knew I had to do something about my toes. So that was good, and I think I did a good job. Like, everything looks good. Now my hair is a different story, but I've been cooking, you know, just trying to venture out with different meals, different things, because you definitely don't want to get to the mundane. I know that first week chicken was pretty scarce, so we were stocked up on a lot of ground beef and pork chops. We finally got some chicken this week, so I was very happy. I didn't know I could miss chicken like I had, but yeah. You know, we have been spending a lot of time just kind of taking walks throughout the day, whether it's 5-10 minutes, just getting some fresh air, you know, just enjoying that, like I said, togetherness. People are losing their loved ones at this time, and so you know, my idea as far as like the best thing to do at this point in time is to just love on each other while we can, because you know, I know a couple days ago my husband and I asked him, I was like, you know, we can make a bet on, you know, how soon we think that this all is going to be over, and I was expecting him to say June. I was going to say May. We both probably was going to be wrong. We were going to laugh, but he was like, probably this time next year to be over. And I was like, why would you say that? You know, but the reality is that we really don't know, you know. I don't really care to try to, you know, exhaust the options in my head of like, you know, what the best situation, what the worst outcome would look like. I don't play with myself like that. I feel like from where I am now, my goal is to take it one day at a time, and then from there take it 1 week at a time, and then from there take it 1 month at a time. You know, and I do find a lot of peace in just prayer. I find a lot of peace in just, you know, sharing a laugh with someone, or, you know, getting that opportunity to be on the couch with my family watching a comedy movie. We are staying away from all apocalypse, end of the world. We don't watch none of that right now. I cannot take it right now. So yeah, we're all about the comedy section. We're all about the thriller section. Okay. But no, I definitely felt like this moment, it really kind of reiterated for me just how much, you know, I'm not in control, you know. As much as we plan, and as much as we hope for the best, and as much as we strive and pursue and go after and seek, you know, we're never really in control. You don't really know what's lying on the other side of that decision, or lying on the other side of that opportunity. And of course you want it to be good, but you really just don't know. And you know, this is one of those moments when I'm really grateful that I'm not in control. You know, I'm grateful I don't have the responsibility of trying to pretend like I have all of the answers or anything like that. You know, I think the best thing, especially for the youth right now, is just keeping them encouraged. You know, it's one thing when you read about tragic events happening in your history books, and it's just so, oh my God, it happened, it's like so long ago, and oh my God, I can't believe that happened so long ago. But it's another thing when you see something that is, and how it's impacting you know, a country, impacting a nation, all at the same time, in real time, you know. And so for the first time in a very long time, we're all going through something together, and I don't take that lightly. You know, this has definitely become the center of conversation. And I do, you know, I'm on the phone, I'll talk about it for a couple minutes, then it's, hey, what you cooking tonight? You know, like let's move on, because at the end of the day, stressing and worrying, you know, what can you really do? You know, it's only so much stressing that you can do before it turns into something else. And so what I've learned is sometimes, you know, I read those numbers, and I read articles and just different things, and knowledge is good, but it's also a burden, because then it's like, oh my God, now I know this. You know, before I didn't know, so I didn't care. And so sometimes, you know, I do have to shed a tear or two, but I don't allow myself to stay in that moment. I don't allow myself to linger there. But I think for me, it's just more so, it's more so sorrow, just because, you know, this is so unpredictable. You know, this type of stuff, it's so unpredictable for me, I should say, I guess. And so I do, like I said, I'm very true to my emotions. So when I'm feeling some type of way, hey, give me a second, you know. And when I'm not, you know, I shed my tear and I move on from there. Okay, you know, let me go bake me some cookies, you know, let me give me a scoop of ice cream. But I do see that a lot of people are, you know, self-caring, you know, through some home exercise, and people are, you know, really trying to start businesses, and investing in themselves, and taking risks on themselves, and that's a very beautiful thing, especially now while you have the time. You know, I think about before, I'd be like, oh my God, like, you know, I could start a business, or I could do that if I didn't have to work. And now it's like all of this time that I have, and I'm so not enthused at the moment. But honestly, I feel like I said, it's very important to just be true to how you're feeling, and just kind of go from there, you know. I literally have not been in much of a getting dressed up kind of mood, but I'm praying eventually it'll come. For me right now, it's like I'm not going very far, so it's not a major concern for me. But I definitely look forward to just, you know, our family time, whether it's watching a movie at 2 o'clock or cooking dinner together at 6, like whatever it is that we're doing together. Like, I definitely look forward to those times. But again, like I said, I really wanted to just check in with you guys. It's only day 24 for me in quarantine, which is the social distancing. And just because you can't necessarily be near someone doesn't necessarily mean that you can't hold them near. So like I said, I'm constantly praying, constantly, you know, watching my comedies, and definitely just enjoying those around me right now at this time, because, you know, I don't know what 3 months are gonna look like from now. I don't want to try to imagine what they're gonna look like, but I definitely want to live in the now, and I do encourage you guys to live in the now, live in the moment. It's very hard trying to be positive when there is a lot of negativity around you, but it is essential, because we are still caregivers, we're still lovers, we're still somebody's provider, you know. And so before you can take care of someone, you have to make sure that you're taking care of yourself first. And so whatever, in whatever way that is, you know, if you're not a person of faith, you know, you can always find someone that you trust, that you can vent to, you know, and just say, hey, let me just vent to you for a second, you know, and I have some stuff I need to get off my shoulders, and you'll definitely see just how much that'll kind of help you if you are someone that overthinks and overanalyze like myself. But again, you know, this is just a moment in time, and we're experiencing it in real time, and it's okay to be true to those emotions. It's okay to be true to however it is that you're feeling, but don't linger in any negative spaces. Do not allow yourself to remain in any negative spaces. Reach out, touch, talk to somebody. That's all that I have for tonight, you guys. But as always, y'all be good, be blessed, be you. Bye, guys.